Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. Man, I didn't comb my hair today. Oh, wow. I have a hat here. I ran. I got about 11, 12 miles in today. How's everybody doing? Hope you. Does everybody have their turkey and ham and everything already? Oh man, we're gonna have ours in about 59 minutes, I would say.
Oh, approximately.
Definitely caught that glass.
Hello, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Claudius. Will you change your name? There can't be more than one Claude in the room.
Then leave.
Then leave. There you go. It's always a simple solution. There you go. Hey, my friend Tracy Phillips is here. Let me add him in to Tracy. Hello, Mr. Phillips. How are you, sir?
I'm doing excellent. How you doing, Claude?
Tell me about your marvelous Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, it's about to happen here very soon. Not quite yet.
You haven't eaten. Yeah, that's right. You're in San Diego. It's only 3:00 there, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, son of a gun. Yeah. How's the weather in San Diego? Bring us up to date here.
Well, actually, I flew to Texas to go see my mom, so I'm actually here in Dallas right now.
There you are. You're a good son. You're visiting your mom. That's great.
I saw the snow. I was like, oh man, it's been a while.
It's Christmas here, man. I was running in about 18. I had to. You know what? Do you ever hear the expression? You were a Navy SEAL, so you know. Do you know what break a trail means?
Yeah, you put the footprints in the snow.
Yeah. I had to go through about 18 inches of snow and everything. And a lady in a dark room is here, Nicole. We can barely see you, Nicole.
I know. All right, I'll switch rooms. I was just about to watch my Ancient Aliens series, and I realized it was 3:00. So.
Oh, it's too early for that.
Exactly. Oh. Well, my dad sent me this whole 10 seasons, and every time I talk to him, he's like, "Did you watch the Ancient Aliens yet?" So I have to watch them just to tell him I did.
The original Alien movie with Sigourney Weaver.
Oh God, I remember that. It was so scary.
I love the one where the guy he comes back to life. The thing comes off his face and he's eating, and then it pops out of his stomach. I think that's one of the best sci-fi scenes ever.
Terrifying.
What are we drinking? I'm going to pour. This is my so I stay young and beautiful and fit into my high school jeans. I drink Michelob Ultra, which I think is a phenomenal light beer. For those of you, it is called Beer with Claude. And I love the can because the beer always stays cold. And these aluminum cans are genius if you've never tried them. In any beverage, they just keep everything cold. And this is a really low carb, low calorie beer. It's about 80, 90 calories per 12 ounce here. And
wow.
And it's delicious. It's very good. It's not your IPA. I poured that a little too fast there.
That just looks so good.
I love a fresh beer. I like everything. There's not too much I don't like.
Full transparency, it is Thanksgiving and I am vaping and it is not CBD. I'm sorry, Claude. I don't do beer. This is Seattle. Everybody vapes.
Yeah, I'll buy you a regular drink. Here you go.
This is Candy Hammer.
There you go.
Sativa.
Well, this is to your health and happiness and safety and prosperity.
Yeah.
And everything. And I wish all of you out there a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you have a question or something like that or a comment, feel free to type it in. Who's joined us there? NASC Heart Inc. How you doing, NAS? You need to be their ambassador. I figured sooner or later I talk about several beers. I have my other favorite beer here, Shiner Bock. I've got a pumpkin beer. Claudia, I actually get presents for Thanksgiving, and Claudia got me a 6-pack of my favorite Upslope pumpkin beer. To your health, everybody. We're going to have a little drink here, Michelob Ultra. Oh, the smell. It's wonderful. You can smell there's a slight, it's not super hoppy. This is not IPA or anything like that, but it's a lot better than Miller Lite or Bud Light, I think. Anyway, to your health. Salute. Kampai. L'chaim. What else is there? What's another good? Cheers.
Yeah. Did you ever hear of Billy Beer?
Billy Beer was made after Billy
Carter.
Carter. Billy Carter. Is it still? I didn't even think it exists anymore.
I don't think it does. It was probably the worst beer ever made. That was what my dad said.
No, the worst beer ever made was. Are you familiar with ShopRite? It's a East Coast chain. I don't think they're.
Oh yeah, I'm from there.
ShopRite used to make a beer called ShopRite beer. Absolutely the worst beer. It tasted more like the can. They weren't using aluminum. You remember cans before aluminum cans? You remember what soda and and things used to taste like out of a can? You know, they always had that canny metal taste to them.
Oh yeah.
This was by far. I mean, it didn't matter what they could have packaged this thing in gold. It wouldn't have. It was just bad beer. It was just horrible beer. Did you ever have a bad bottle of wine?
Yeah. Well, when it's gone flat, and it's old, that's bad wine right there.
Did you ever have wine? It's kind of funny. Our favorite vineyard, we had a bad bottle, and we're like the ambassador for this one vineyard in California, Orfila. It's in Escondido. They make the best wine I've ever had, Orfila. And actually, they asked Claudia and I to do a testimonial for them, and they sent us a free bottle of wine. That was really neat. But every now and then, I get a bad bottle of wine. I like California wine. I like French wine. It's happened about 3 times in my life where I've opened a bottle of wine and said, "Whoa, this is vinegar," or "This is flat," as you would say, or it tasted funny. How about you, Tracy?
I would say the worst one for me, I think they could call it Blue Label. I couldn't stand the stuff. That was probably the worst beer for me. I don't know why, but it was like the cheapest stuff that you could buy back in the day in Colorado. And I remember some friends of mine would get that. I totally believe it's called Blue Label, but it was like, this stuff is nasty.
Blue Label. Is that Labatt's?
I'm not sure. I never drank it again after that.
Yeah, I like Canadian beer. Well, some of my favorite Canadian beers, Carling, I think, is a Canadian. Moosehead. I'm trying to think of some other. You folks at home, help me out. What's your favorite Canadian beer? There's a lot of good beers in Canada. You got a party. You're at a party house.
Yeah.
You're at the party house. So tell us about. What are you having for dinner tonight? Let me hear about this great. Mom's making dinner, so tell me about how great it is.
So I tell you what, there's baked macaroni and cheese, and then
take us to the mac and cheese. And
man,
just show
it's got 3 cheeses on it. It's so creamy right now.
Show us to it.
I'm going to take you to it. Hold on a second.
You know the Jerry Maguire movie where she says, "You had me at hello." You had me at mac and cheese, man. If I was on an island and there was only one food to eat, I think mac and cheese or pizza would be pretty darn cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Tell her 10,000 people are watching this right now. That's a long lie, but tell her anyway. 10,000 people are looking at your mac and cheese, Mom.
So, yeah, it's there.
Get a spoon and take just one bite. Just one spoon. Come on.
Let me see. Well, that's the good one. I want a plastic one. Let me see.
No, I have it on glasses with ice in it there.
Yeah, this is the famous Mrs. Phillips mac and cheese, right?
This is it.
With 3 kinds of cheeses. What kind of cheeses does she use? American, Velveeta,
cheddar. I'm not sure. Let me see right here.
Swiss, Gouda. Look at this, Nicole.
This is it right
look at you. Okay, go for it. Shovel it in. It's like that. Oh man, look at him. Oh, I'm
Every year you wait for that.
I'm salivating like a Pavlovian dog here. Is there anything better than mac and cheese? Oh,
Chocolate.
No, it's awesome.
did you ever have a cold winter day and you're in San Diego, but Nicole, Seattle gets some dicey cold days.
I'm from Connecticut. Seattle's winters are like spring.
They're nothing, but you get those rainy days in January and February, don't you?
Oh yeah, we kind of have one today. It's pretty gray and rainy. Like, I like it though, you know. Oh man. I mean, I remember in Connecticut, I was out canvassing door to door. It was with the wind chill factor, it was 32 below.
Oh,
I wasn't even cold.
we were we're in Winter Park, Colorado, and there's a town down the road called Fraser. It's called it has the title of the Icebox of the United States. They used to the antifreeze company Xerox or Xerox. Help me out. What's that antifreeze called, Tracy? Xerox or something like that?
I'm not sure.
They used to do their commercials there. And Claudia, one night, we were just talking about this. It was one night where we were driving to a friend's house. It was out here. Doesn't matter if it snows 2-3 feet. Doesn't matter if it's 5, 10, 15 below. People travel. Before COVID, they'd go to a party, a restaurant. Nothing stops anybody out here. It doesn't matter how much snow. School never closes out here for the kids. In the last 30 years, they had one snow day. We had a 7-foot storm.
Holy mother of God.
They never closed the school. Anyway, we're going to a friend's house for a party. And it's about 10 below. And when we left the party, it was 30 something below. The car has a thermometer. Can you understand how cold? I mean, 30 below. If you factor in the wind and everything, it was more like 50, 60 below. Can you factor how pioneers, these people who went in wagons across this country and everything, how did they deal with this stuff?
Oh,
can you imagine 30?
Good question.
If your car broke down and you're in a desolate part, I mean, out here in Colorado, to go drive 30, 40, 50 miles is no big deal to visit friends or something. It's just what you do. And everybody's got 4-wheel, all-wheel drive. I mean, everybody's got a pickup truck with a gun rack, and a dog, if you know what I mean. It's the country. People go hunting out here for moose, bear, deer, elk, and so they have meat for the winter. There's no vegans when you're hungry.
Oh, he disappeared.
He'll come back, or dinner was called. Absolutely.
Well, too bad we don't have anything to sell to each other. We're like definitely hitting all the sensory perceptions.
Well, I'm having do you like hummus?
I do, but I'm spoiled because I had the best hummus in the world. In New Haven, there's this place called Mamoun's, and these people are straight out of Turkey, and it's so hard to do hummus now.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I love fresh made hummus. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I want to acknowledge my friends, Jason Richter. Jason, come and join us, man, if you want. Yeah, we'd love to see you. Here's the link up there. My friend Jason is here, and DeAndre Ward. How are you, DeAndre? Yes, DeAndre. He's going to get my lease purchase course. Do it today. I'm not going to make this into a commercial, guys, but I am so grateful. Claudia and I have been cocooned here since March in Colorado, and the surprising thing is because we are. Our business is done. We've had a record year, and I almost hate saying that, but I believe in sales. I believe in creative real estate and good communication, like you do, Nicole. You're a great salesperson.
Thank you.
Can I still say saleswoman, or am I being a chauvinist? You are a great saleswoman, but we're not allowed to use gender specific.
I'm a salesperson.
Okay.
I'm not a salesman,
But you're a saleswoman, or a salesperson, right?
Yes.
and everything. Close to Jen, you're a very good gut salesperson, and we've had a really good year. So anyway, on my webpage, everybody, I severely discounted. I discounted, pardon my language, the shit out of my price. My $3,500 dollar package is now $995. My $995 individual courses are $295. That goes away. That goes away after tomorrow. It's like a very short. I forgot, 72 hours or something like that. I started it yesterday. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, and I have great packages with videos, and it also comes with a month of mentoring. I like to teach people how to make money. I like that. I think getting on the phone and talking to people and selling good products, services, and being creative and making an honest dollar, man, what a good skill to have. How do you feel about that, Nicole?
Oh, it's essential, actually.
And I'm going to have my hummus and a blue corn chip taco chip or whatever it's called here.
Well, did you guys make that hummus?
No, well, I could tell you that, but I think it was made by Sabra or one of those companies.
Okay.
Where you buy it, and it's very good. We have a restaurant. We have a big Mediterranean Mideast population in San Diego. And if you want to discover these wonderful Mideast foods like hummus, and have you ever had baba ganoush?
Oh yes, I love it.
That is made from eggplant, and they roast it and smoke it, and it is the most delicious thing. Baba ganoush. I can't even spell it. Ganouj, I think it's spelled. And you probably have the same thing there in Seattle. And tabbouleh. And do you ever have a falafel sandwich, a fresh made fried falafel, which is chickpeas mashed?
Yeah.
And they bread it and fry it in olive oil, and you put it in a pita with some yogurt dressing and a little bit of what is it, mint leaves they sprinkle on it or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it is
so good.
You cannot believe vegan food. It can taste that wonderful. I mean, really.
Sadly, they deep fry the falafels, and that's why I maybe have one like every 10 years, because it's not the healthiest dish on the planet.
Well, fried foods is not great, but I'll tell you what, a fresh made falafel, and you dip, and you buy some hummus and the baba ganoush and the tabbouleh, and it's the most marvelous food, and it's fairly healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a lot of, and it's not low calorie either, because it's got a lot of that good olive oil in it. I've been eating a lot of olive oil. I like olive oil lately. I've been using it a lot.
I love olive oil.
Yeah.
So it's so good for you too.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, Claude, I wish I could take you and Claudia out to my moons. Oh my God, you'd never look at hummus and baba ganoush. It's the real deal. It's like the real deal. You know what I mean?
It's so good, but it's hard to find those kind of restaurants unless you're in a major city.
It's New Haven, Connecticut, and then they have one in New York, and both of them are open 365 days a year. The one in New Haven's open till I think 3 a.m. and the one in New York's open till like 5 a.m. and they open at like 10 a.m.
How about Ramadan? They don't close for Ramadan?
They didn't used to anyway. When I lived there, I was there, 20 something years ago. Who's that?
That's Ryan W. He's having a Christmas sale by Great Lakes Brewing Company. I love Christmas ale. I'm trying to think. There's a California brewery that makes a Christmas ale. Claudia, every now and then, she'd bring me home a surprise beer from Trader Joe's. And I'm trying to name it. Oh, God, I'll think of it in a while. It's a California Brewing Company. And they make a Christmas ale. And it's the most delicious. It's delicious. Great beer. I love Trader Joe's. Do you have a Trader Joe's by you?
There is a Trader Joe's. God, I could probably throw a rock and hit it. Not really. It's about a minute and a half from here.
Really?
The problem is now there's always a long, long line down the street. I think one day I should go in the morning from I think it's from like 8 to 9 if you go say you have asthma or you're highly scared of COVID, they'll let you go then and you don't have to wait in the line.
Yeah.
I might do that one of these days.
It's funny. Claudia and I think we go shopping once a week on Friday mornings. We go real early. We've been really strict about this COVID. I've heard too many I don't know, maybe I'm a weenie or anything, but I've heard too many nasty horror stories. We've been really careful about a lot of this stuff.
I'm in the opposite camp, and I'm listening to a lot of like highly reputable doctors and scientists who are being silenced. One of them is Dr. Mike Yeardley. He's former vice president and top scientist of Pfizer. And these people are speaking out, but they're being silenced. Their videos are being taken down. And so I kind of see the direction this is going. But I've also, in my whole life, I've never come across an issue that it's next to impossible to have a healthy debate about, except for COVID. Like, it's like, because both sides think the other side's being so dangerous. It's
I think it depends on your age.
Yeah.
I think it depends on your health. Are you overweight?
Oh, sure.
Claudia and I are kind of nuts about we have a big salad every night. I have a fruit salad, a regular. I mean, we both. She does 5 miles a day. I do 10 plus miles a day.
Wow.
We try to keep our weight down and stuff like that. But it's I'd rather avoid catching this thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather it's one experience in life. It's not on my bucket list, if you know what I mean.
Well, here's what I can tell the CDC numbers of deaths from 2019 and 2018 and then 2020, even though we're not done with 2020, the numbers are nearly identical. So it's not like we've had more deaths, so I'm just like, yeah, don't get me.
I think what a year this is. I mean, I'll be so glad. Now, Ryan said the beer I was thinking about the Christmas ale was El Segunda. I remembered it. Sierra Nevada. It's a great California brewery, Ryan, and they make a phenomenal Christmas beer. There's also another brewery that makes a Christmas beer. Firestone or Fireside. I can't remember. It's one or the other. Another California brewery. Is it Fireside? Firestone, I think it's called. And they make some great IPAs and Christmas beers and everything. How would you describe, Ryan, come on if you want. How would you describe a Christmas beer? Have a beer with us here right now. I'm going to talk about my second favorite beer here. I love little family-run kind of breweries and stuff. This is Shinerbach. They've been around about 100 years. They're in Shiner, Texas. Let's see. The writing is so small on this thing. I can't. It's called the Spatzel Brewery. And if you know anything about German food, they're called Spatzel, but one of my favorite German foods is Spatzel. Have you ever heard of that? Where it's little pieces of deep fried dough and you have it with a pork chop and applesauce and it's good.
Isn't
German.
that Spitzel or something?
No, Spatzels. I think it's Spatzel.
Really?
Yeah. Am I wrong? I'm wrong all the time, so who knows? I thought it was called Spatzel.
Okay, you might be right. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's little pieces of dough, and it's not deep fried. It's boiled, and it's so good in German.
Oh, wow.
Spatzel. I think that's meine Deutsch sind sehr schlecht. Mein Vater kommen auf Deutschland, aber meine Deutsch sind nicht sehr gut. But I do know enough about German. Haben Sie ein Badenzimmer an einer Bier, bitte? And this is one of my favorite beers. We're going to pour this in here. This is, look at that. Woo! I love the foam. Look at that. Oh.
Uh-oh.
And this is just a lovely has a sweet aroma to it. This is Shiner Bock beer. It's not expensive. This is a funny thing. I don't mind buying expensive beers. I drink, but this is a pretty cheap beer.
Really?
It's not expensive at all, and it is delicious. And it's got this nice copper color. It's not truly a Bock beer. A Bock beer is a really heavy, bottom of the barrel kind of beer. It was. I always thought Bock beer was the leftover, the stuff that was on the bottom of the brewer's pit there, or whatever your vat call it, on it. But it's let's take a sip. How about that? To your health. Salute.
Please. Health to health.
Oh, that's so good. It is light, it's refreshing, it's full flavored, it's wonderful. How important is health? The richest who wants to be the richest person in the graveyard? You know, all the money in the world doesn't mean a thing if you're not healthy, right?
Health is like our fortune. Yeah. Like I wouldn't want to be a millionaire and terminally ill, you know?
Really? To me, how much do you need to be happy? How much money do you need to be happy in life?
I would say enough to not have to think about it.
Oh, I love that answer. That's a great answer. I've had times in my life, I freely admit it, when going to bed thinking about money, waking up at 2 a.m, doing you know what, getting up at 6 a.m, thinking about how am I going to pay the rent and everything, and it just overwhelms your whole existence. It's the worst feeling in the world when you don't have enough money for just the basics, maybe paying the rent, things like that. It just, I always wanted to be in a place. This is going to sound very materialistic and very capitalistic, so I'm sorry. But I've always wanted to be in a place where what you just said, where I have enough for some wonderful mac and cheese like we just saw before. Just enough so I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
So I can, this is going to sound, this is going to be the wackiest money story. A couple of weeks ago, this is a grateful moment. Thanksgiving, we should be grateful. A couple of weeks ago, our washing machine, after, 20 years, finally broke. Okay. My mother and father's Sears, what's that Sears brand? That really good quality. What was it called?
Sears and Roebuck?
Yeah, Sears and Roebuck. They made a whole line of appliances, but I forgot the name of it.
GE, General Electric?
No, that wasn't. They might have. I think GE or one of the companies made everything for Sears, but they had their own line. It'll come to me in a second. I need to drink more beer. But our washing machine broke after 20 plus years, and my wife came here. It's gone. It's shot. I said, and I just said, honey, call up the local appliance store. Let's not shop around. Let's not go to Denver. We're up in the mountains. I said, just call them up and let's just get a new washing machine. And then I thought back, I said, how wonderful. We have the money to just, I don't give a you know what about the price. Just get it. Yeah. So in these COVID times, you do a lot of laundry, if you notice. Absolutely. Oh, we have a new friend joining us, Christopher Rodmacher. Wie geht's?
Hi.
Hi, Christopher. How are you? Chris, you're on here. You're on, Chris. You're famous. 10,000 people all over the world are watching you right now. Say something profound. We're waiting. This is important. What language do you speak? We lost Christopher. Oh, he decided not to go. Okay, but we got my other best friend here. Jason is on. Yay!
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, Claude. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, it was Kenmore. It was killing me.
Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, that's the only reason I came on. I woke up from a turkey coma, and I'm just half asleep right now.
There's only one. You know what's the best part of Thanksgiving? Falling asleep on the couch.
Oh. Well, the neighbor, I'm down here in Florida, and my neighbor invited me over and, ate a bunch of turkey and and had a few beers. So yeah,
A turkey coma. Is that what we call it now?
I was in it. Yep, I was in a turkey coma for a little while. I'm just snapping out of it. Really, that's why I was just listening for a little bit. But it was killing me that nobody could come up with Kenmore.
It was Kenmore, and Ryan even shared with us that Kenmore was the whirlpool. He's right.
Okay.
Oh my God.
But before I let you go, Thanksgiving is all about being grateful. You have a lot to be grateful for, don't you?
Absolutely.
What are you grateful? Give me one grateful moment. You share your story a little bit with people.
Hang on a second. Oh, just everything. Just honestly, I really am just grateful for the, for this, for Claude Diamond, for God, for family, for turkey, all the turkey I ate earlier, all the work I've been getting done on this house. So, and my family.
Oh, good.
You and Nicole, and whoever else is on there making all kinds of noise.
Yeah. Well, that was Ryan. Ryan, I had to mute
Okay.
you. Ryan, I'm going to be with you in 1 second, buddy.
I'm
thankful
for that.
Absolutely. Ryan, what are you drinking there? I saw that beer in your hand there.
I got the Great Lakes Christmas Ale.
All right.
They make it in Cleveland, Ohio. So what we do here is we put a little cinnamon around the rim. You drink it with
what does that do?
What's that?
Now, what does the cinnamon do?
It gives it. Well, what happens is you start licking the rim like a dog. You just keep following it. Just gives it a little bit of a sweeter taste. I mean, it's made with some honey and cinnamon anyway. But
if you had to describe a Christmas ale, though, give me your a Christmas ale is usually a heavier, darker brew, right?
Yeah, 7.5.
Oh, okay.
Drink about 3 or 4 of these. You're gonna be relaxing. So, one quick thing, I had to jump on because you kind of called me out, and I wanted to speak with you. I'm from Justin Chamness's clan.
Great. One of my favorite students, Justin, is Mr. Gut Salesman.
Love him. Great guy.
Isn't he a sweetheart?
Great guy. But I wanted to tell you, I make washing machines for a living.
Really?
I actually work at a Whirlpool plant. So, and we make Kenmore.
Okay.
And we bought Maytag. But I always tell everyone I'll be retiring in 2 years, and they look at me like I'm a fool, but I will eventually. That's the goal.
I got to tell you something. I could have retired, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago. I love working. I love talking. I love sales. I love talking to people. Sales is, I love working. I don't want to retire.
Well, I don't want to work like I work. I'm going to work like you work. I walk too much. There's different types of work. And the one I'm doing, I got to trade my time, and I'm not really liking that. So,
hey,
I'm going to try following your footsteps.
I'm so glad. Hey, to your health. Have a wonderful. I'm going to start posting 2021. I want to get rid of 2020 as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us. We got a little background noise from you for some reason.
I got to go. I'm in my garage. I'm fixing my ignition in the car. So
okay, well, keep drinking and working on that car.
Bye.
And my other friend Christoph is here. Christoph, how are you? Where are you from? What language do you speak? Deutsch? Wie geht's, meine Freund?
Gut.
Good. Wo kommen Sie from? Munich, Hanover, Berlin?
Cologne?
Cologne, sure. Sehr schöne Tag. Meine Deutsch ist nicht sehr gut.
My English is always not good.
But let's speak the language of Bier. Eine Bier, bitte. Ein Prosit.
First,
See, this is the beauty of beer. Anybody from any country can. A beer is international. Jawohl.
yes, that's true.
It's very good. Thank you for joining us. What's your favorite beer? Was sind Sie schöner Bier?
My, my favorite beer is Augustiner München.
Okay. Is that in a bottle?
Yes. It's Bavarian beer.
Bavarian beer. Oh, it's very good. How about Oktoberfest beer? München. München beer.
Yes.
I like
Sehr gut.
Spaten.
Spaten.
Spaten, yes.
It's very good.
And Hacker.
Very good.
Yeah. And in those big steins, those große steins. Oh, I love that. Wunderbar. Meine Frau and my wife and I went to München, and to a beer garden. And the music and the bratwurst and the beer and the music is it's the best time ever.
Yes.
I love the German beer gardens. They're phenomenal. Thank you for joining us. Dankeschön.
Wunderbar.
Wonderful. It is. I'm so sorry. I can't. I would love. I wish I spoke better. Meine German, meine Deutsch. Mein Mutter und Vater. Meine Mutter kommen auf Hannover. And
really?
And meine Vater München. Yeah, and then they came to the United States here.
You're really German.
Yeah, and a bit of Dutch, a little bit of Dutch.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of Dutch. So I can eat herring and beer.
Yes.
Did you ever have Dutch herring?
Oh yeah, I love it. It.
It's so good. My wife won't kiss me for 2 weeks after I have Dutch herring. In America we have hot dog stands. In Europe they have herring stands.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so good.
Ooh.
Well, I'm so Christoph. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you came online here.
Sorry, my English is not so good.
Sehr good. It's good. It's better than mein Deutsch.
Oh no.
Yep. Anybody hungry?
Oh.
Always. What's your favorite food with beer?
My favorite food with beer.
Oh yeah. What's the best food with beer? Do Germans eat chicken wings? That's big.
No chicken wings, but
you've got to discover chicken wings.
We would say in German Haxen.
Haxen. Was sind Haxen?
That's
Was ist Haxen?
How could I say in English? It's from pork. The
You know what I love the best? Weisswurst.
Weisswurst is the best.
With the mustard, with that good German mustard. Mm.
Yeah. I get hungry.
Ich bin ein Fresser.
Oh, I'm too.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm so glad somebody from Germany joined us today. The world gets nice and small. How's the COVID in Cologne?
I don't know. I'm healthy. My family is healthy, and so on.
Well, good. Very good.
You guys want to hear a good quote?
Yes.
The prophets accept all agony and trust it, for the water has never feared the fire.
What does that mean?
To me, it means like, well, let's see. There's a lot of scary stuff going on in the world, especially right now. But if we be like water, like Bruce Lee says, then we don't need to fear the fire. Or something like that. Yeah.
DeAndre says, thanks, Claude. I'll be buying the package when I get home, even though I've got the gut sale. Well, thank you. By the way, anybody who's joining us listening, we're on Periscope, we're on YouTube Live, we're on Facebook Live, we're on StreamYard. This is the beautiful thing about streaming. You can communicate with the whole world on all these different platforms at the same time. You can have a little beer with my new friends in Germany and Seattle and Florida. And it's just, I love, even though we can't socialize like we used to. I miss, what's the first thing you're going to do when this COVID is kaput? When COVID is gone, what's the first thing you're going to do? This is a question I ask all the time. What would you, Nicole, what are you going to do once the COVID is gone? It's completely gone next year, I hope. God, from my mouth to God's ears.
I'm going to go take that trip to swim with wild dolphins in Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first thing I got to do after COVID, I'll go with my family in a restaurant. And
a restaurant. I want to, Claudia, my Frau, and we haven't been to one restaurant since March, and I love going out to restaurants and with friends and drinking too much and eating good food. I love doing that. That to me is so much fun. My wife is the designated driver, thank God. I love going to. We have one restaurant nearby here. I really miss it. They make these giant corned beef sandwiches, these Reubens. I'm hungry tonight, Nicole.
Did you have dinner yet, Claude, or are you guys like cooking right now?
What is cooking? I'm going to leave you guys in a few minutes because I'm going to get my Thanksgiving dinner. Do you have Thanksgiving in Deutschland? Is there Thanksgiving?
No, we have no Thanksgiving, but
in America, Claude.
I try to. My English.
Every country has some kind of Thanksgiving. Canada has it. Every country has a day of thanks, I believe, right?
We have no Thanksgiving in Germany, but my family and me, we have a turkey on Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yes.
I love it.
It was wonderful.
I didn't know that. Okay, so Germans celebrate Thanksgiving too. We've made it an international holiday.
Not to be politically incorrect, but the way that we kind of came about Thanksgiving probably wasn't the best. You know.
But it's me. I think Thanksgiving is just, forget about the origin of it. It's so important. People, family coming together, being grateful.
Yeah, I agree. That is important. That is important.
I think that's just such a wonderful holiday. I love Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving more than the holiday, Christmas and Hanukkah and I love it more than the other holidays. I think Thanksgiving is just just a wonderful family day.
I think we on Thanksgiving we thank God, and it's a wonderful party for family.
It's a day to be grateful. I'm grateful every day. Without preaching here, I thank God every day. I just think I married a great woman. I have a successful business. I'm healthy. I don't take anything for granted. I think I live in a good country with problems. Yes, we all have problems and things like that. But I think we got to take a moment, maybe not just a whole day, but maybe a moment once a day to say thank you.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Oh, yeah.
I'm grateful for you, Claude.
Say again?
I'm grateful for you, Claude.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you.
That's what you do when people are like, okay, all right, I'll do it. I'll buy it. You're like, excuse me? Couldn't hear you.
What? One of the most
I'm eternally grateful for you, Claude.
Oh, thank you. Well, you've done so well. Where your business is just exploded, hasn't it?
Yes and no. It's a very interesting story. It took a detour, but long story short, I kind of got a love interest out of the deal and a new business partner.
Wait, whoa. I want to hear the love interest. You talking about one of those new dogs, the Hunt, that you got there?
New dog. No.
My son, yeah, my 28-year-old or 29. I can't believe I'm still 36. How can he be 28, 29? He just got a new dog. It's the cutest little thing you've ever seen. I feel like I got a grandchild.
Oh, I love it already. So adorable.
So tell me I want to hear about your love interest. I like love stories.
Well, he was a client, and we've probably talked just about every day since April. And I mean, I think I kind of got the sense that maybe he likes me or whatever, but I didn't think anything of it. But we still talk like every day. And when I very first talked to him, it was like he kind of talked to me like he knew me forever, which was kind of interesting. Anyway, we're kind of both really smitten, but he lives on the other side of the country. Like I never even met this man. I didn't even know what he smelled like.
Best relationship ever.
That's never happened to me before, and nobody has ever grown on me before. I've literally never had a guy grow on me. This guy totally grew on me.
So you're 3,000 miles apart. How do you have a relationship? That's the part I'm with.
Business partners too, though. It started out as a business partnership, and we're doing some really cool stuff. So we're talking every day anyway. And then, he said he's liked me since day one. And so now, we do. We'll talk every day, sometimes several times a day. And, it's either business or romance or both,
Well, wait, how are you having the romance? Have you met yet?
No, it's a long distance. He's very romantic.
I think you've discovered the ultimate form of birth control.
That too, yeah.
So who's gonna get on an airplane first?
Well, he's been talking about flying out here for quite a while now, so he's probably going to come out here first.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting date. Can we videotape that live? Can we follow you guys?
Oh my God.
I think we'll get a big viewership. Oh, we lost Christophe. I'm sorry.
I don't know if that would go across on YouTube though. So, but I don't know.
We'll keep it civilized. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
On a serious note, what a better way to start a relationship by talking and listening and My wife is laughing right now because listening is not one of my stronger suits. But
No,
but
you're so right.
but how important is it to be friends first?
And I've never had that except for with the guy who is schizophrenic, so that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
I recommend dating a schizophrenic. But you're so right about that, Claude. You're so right about that.
Now,
Oh my God.
is this if you finally get together and this relationship blossoms, is he going to keep you in the life you're accustomed to, or better?
Oh no, we have big plans. Like we have big plans. Like not just to have a thriving business, but I really want to start like a farm animal sanctuary, and he is totally on board with that. And he has a lot of connections, and so we have big plans to do like, actually do good things in the world, that kind of thing.
That's fun. I think it's so important. How do when in a relationship, I mean, we all have all the other things about a relationship, but how important is it to be with somebody you like or you can communicate with,
That would be a first for me. I've never had that.
I married a woman. I love intelligent women, and Claudia is so much smarter than me. And to me, that was just the biggest turn on to meet such a smart person.
Yes. Yes, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to spend the rest of my life with a dummy, if you know what I mean.
Oh God, no, I'm so with you.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I need somebody who's who's a little beyond me, And this guy is in several. He doesn't think so, but he is actually.
Did you ever go on a first date or a blind date with somebody and there's silence? It's like the worst. Is that one of the 10 worst feelings in the world?
Trying to think if I did, but yeah, I've been.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Is that that uncomfortable feeling where everybody's so tense and everything, and the conversation is not fluid or anything?
I see that. When you're out at a restaurant and you see that and you just feel so, it's almost, I'm embarrassed for them. I'm like, oh God, I just feel so bad. I'm just like,
I always joke that Claudia made me so nervous that when we were dating, I used to write little notes, talking points. So I'd look under the table. So I'd have talking, before I'd get on the phone with her, I used to write little talking points. So I'd have things, because I hate that uncomfortable. I hate uncomfortable silence. Am I the only one?
Now that's very interesting, Claude, because you do the pregnant pause and you're really good at it.
At certain times, pregnant pause is so important in business, in communication. We've all met the over-the-top salesperson.
Yeah.
The prospect says hello, and then the salesperson just goes like this.
Terrible.
And I love a good conversation. What's the one thing I miss? And this is one of these cultural shifts. I miss conversation.
Yes.
I miss conversation without reservation. What I mean without, today you have to be, oh my gosh, I better not say this, or I can't say this thing like this or that. I can't talk about religion. I can't talk about politics. I can't talk about the latest diet, or I don't want to offend anybody. And everybody's a little bit too sensitive, I think. Have we lost our sense of humor?
I do believe we have. Yeah. I mean, I think we've lost a lot, as far as like manners and courtship and
manners. I was raised by two tough German parents. Guess the one thing, I know the right fork and knife to use.
I bet you do, and how to hold them and what hand to hold them in.
And I think manners. I think manners are important. Saying please. How hard is it to say please or thank you or show respect to another person? How hard is that?
No, right? Like it takes as much energy to do that as to not do that. or to be rude. Takes just as much energy.
Do you know comedians? I love. I used to live across the street from a comedy store. I had the best apartment in the world. On one side of my apartment was this lake where you could go swimming and water skiing, and on the other side of my apartment was a comedy store in Northwest New Jersey. And every Friday night for a couple bucks, I could go in there and just laugh for 2-3 hours for the price of 1 or 2 beers. And I don't think comedians can't go on college campuses anymore. Did you know that?
What?
Comedians, if there's no law or anything, but it's so the students are so politically sensitive right now. You know, what is comedy? Comedy is about taking a little bit of life, a stereotype maybe or something, and making a lot of fun about it.
Yeah.
But today, there's always somebody who's going to be offended, unfortunately, by that little stereotype or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
true.
Comedians don't go on college campuses anymore. Oh, Jason, you came back again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What do you think about this dialogue here?
I've just had a call come in, and I had to get it. So I love it. No, I'm enjoying it. And hey, I just went and saw Louis C.K. A couple weeks ago in Baltimore.
Yeah. All right, come on over here. Let me see.
Oh, guys.
Behind every successful man.
Hi.
Nicole has a boyfriend.
All right.
Nah.
Yeah, he was a client, and now he's my boyfriend.
Now you got to send a picture.
Yeah. The world's most perfect boyfriend. He's 3,000 miles away.
Perfect. Yeah. that is perfect.
It has been actually. That's a relationship yet.
We can talk some other time. Without the boys being around. Yeah.
But her first love is that beautiful dog of yours.
Oh, Claude, I told you in April I had to send him over the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh no!
He was going to be 15 in May, but and he was really healthy, but he lost his mind. He had just completely lost his mind. He was obviously pretty miserable. And so, we had a lovely little ceremony, but I don't know if you guys are into this, but he's actually come to visit me twice in the afterlife. And when it actually, I know this sounds crazy, but it was a few weeks ago, and I was in a state between like lucid and awake, but mostly awake, and he jumped into bed with me. And he's like all over the bed, all excitedly. And in my dream state, I reached out to, like, something said, "Don't open your eyes, but you can pet." Yeah. So I pet, and I could feel although it felt different. But I knew it had to be him.
Did Claude tell you that we're grandpuppy parents?
Yeah.
This is so exciting! Oh my God!
His name is Cedric.
Cedric. Oh, that's a great name. It's like a total human name, you know.
The Harry Potter.
It's a Harry Potter name, I think.
What kind? What kind of breed?
He's a combination of a corgi and another dog. It's one of these really strange names I can't remember. But no, it's not. No, he looks like a fox. Actually, if you were to see his face, you would think he was a fox. Il Sushu or something like that. I don't know.
Not Shiba Inu.
Huh?
Not a Shiba Inu.
Shiba. That's it.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yes, that's it. That's it.
But it's a combination.
Oh my God.
He's beautiful. He really is beautiful. But we can't meet him, of course, because we're
right.
We get to talk to him on Facebook.
Oh, FaceTime. So my dog, he was a Shiba Inu. But what's really interesting is it's very unusual to breed them with other dogs.
It was a mistake.
Oh, that would make sense.
David used to be a manager of an Albertsons, which is Safeway, Vaughn's, whatever. And his former manager from many, many years ago, it was her two dogs that got together that made this dog.
Oh, it's a family show.
Yeah, I know it's a family show. I'm not that. And so that's how this Cedric got to be. Yes. So, all right, let me let you guys get back. Hi, Jason.
It's so nice to totally meet you. We're always like seeing you watching back or something.
You want to talk to this guy anyway, but I'll let you guys get back.
I'd rather talk to you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Wow, she's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, and this is why you marry your high school girlfriends.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
This is why you marry.
Awesome.
This is why you marry Jersey girls.
You must have been freaked out when you guys realized you had the same name.
That's how we met, friends. A friend, she was 16, I was 17. Sounds like a song from The Sound of Music. I was 16, going on 17. And a friend said, "Hey, Claude, would you like to meet Claudia?" And it was a party, and we met. And she gone out of the room. She kissed me on the first date.
Yeah,
I mean, kiss. And that was all right.
just a pack, just a. Mwah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No, in those days, it was a little okay.
Who initiated?
Absolutely. So, when is your first date going to occur?
Well, I was actually it almost feels like we're starting to have phone dates or something. Like, I was gonna suggest, like, why don't we do like a weekly, like, FaceTime date until like you fly out here, kind of thing.
Okay. He may not leave though.
That's okay, because I really.
There you go. There you go. What a good.
We're doing business, and my other business fell apart. It's perfect.
It's amazing how you can meet people online, and you can see them, and you can actually communicate with them.
Yeah.
And find out if you have. We're always on our best. Did you ever notice on a first date, everybody's on their best manners?
It's been quite a while since I've had a first date.
Yeah, it's all right. It's great. It's great. Jason, did you lose weight? You look thin.
Are you serious? I appreciate you saying that. I've just been running a lot. But
you look like you look thinner than when I first met you.
Yeah, I've done. Yeah, since August. When we started. Yeah. I just feel so much better, and I'm drinking coffee right now because I told you I wasn't kidding when I came on. I was I was kind of half asleep listening to you on YouTube, and then when the Sears wash machine thing, I said I got to get on here.
Isn't that sad? You were stimulated by washing machine talk.
Yeah, that's right. The spin cycle.
And as long as we still want to call this Beer with Claude. I'm drinking a wonderful Colorado beer. Okay, this beer offends a lot of people. It's called Pumpkin Ale. It's actually melted. It's made from melted snow and real pumpkins. They actually buy real pumpkins and melted snow. We're in Colorado. We have plenty of that.
Wow.
And they make it into this wonderful copper-colored beer.
Beautiful.
Oh, it is a beautiful beer. Okay. And it has this lovely taste of pumpkin, and it's not overpowered with nutmeg and all that other stuff. So I've so enjoyed talking with you folks on this Thanksgiving.
Are we like on YouTube right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Right
YouTube Live, I thought.
Really?
But, we're on. Nicole, it's nice to meet you, face to face as well. We spoke on the phone, a couple months ago, a little bit.
We did, yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yep. And I remember when I had Claude, I had COVID. Remember? I was telling you guys about that. I had it.
That's what and thank you for bringing that up. I didn't want to reveal that earlier when I was saying what you're grateful for.
Yeah.
It's not my place to reveal something personal on a health issue.
I appreciate that. Yeah, but I don't mind speaking about it. It really took, I remember telling you, it took the wind out of my sails. And then Laura, my girlfriend got it. And, everything's good now. But we lost our sense of smell. That was the hardest thing for me. I couldn't smell or taste anything for about 3 weeks after, so for about 5 weeks, I couldn't smell or taste anything. And that was the weirdest thing. But,
God.
yeah, if you could imagine, I mean, nothing. Because I do lemon water, and I could cut a lemon, put it right up to my nose, and I couldn't smell it. I could cut garlic, I couldn't smell it. Onion, raw, yellow onions, could not smell them.
What would the effect? If you don't mind sharing, it's none of. I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but what were the? When did you? Do you know where you got it from, and how long did it take effect?
Yeah. Okay. So no, I don't. And I'm a pretty. I've always, before this came on, I've always kind of been a hand washer. I wash my hands a lot, and of course, when it came on, I was mask, gas pumps, wash before and after, so on and so forth. Grocery stores, even with the mask on, kept my distance. So, but I couldn't figure out. And a lot of people ask me, "Where do you think you got it?" And the only thing I was doing was running around this local park where I live in Virginia Beach. And every now and then you would kind of come a little close to somebody running the other way or walking the other way. That's honestly, that's the only thing I can think of.
When did you notice that you got it? What were the effects?
Okay. The first thing was, have you ever had the flu?
Yeah.
Okay, it hurts. It just you're aching,
nose, tired.
Yeah. It was that times 5 or maybe 10 even. And I remember telling Laura, I woke up in the morning and I, just kind of, it was beyond normal, little aches and creaks and stuff that you have when you first wake up. And I remember making a joke with her. I said, did you have a bunch of people come by last night and beat me all over my body? I was just sore all over.
Wow.
And that was the hardest part. That lasted for about 4 days. I just were
you able to get out of bed? You were just in bed or on the couch for 4 or 5 days?
Yeah, because normally I'm pretty active and I run and I'm just doing work in the yard and or just go, I have the pest control business and I do home repair stuff. So I'm always out working on something. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't function.
Did you have any appetite at all?
Very little. Just ate kind of when I had to, so.
How was your breathing?
A little compromised, and I really felt fortunate that I was in good shape, but I can see how it would definitely potentially hurt somebody that, was compromised with asthma, or they just were already struggling in some way with bronchial type stuff. So I made sure not to go around from the get-go when they first announced this. I just made sure before I ever had it, and of course still now, I won't go around. I'm cautious to go around elderly people, and and if I am around somebody, I'm just like, be careful where you may, especially youngins, because they kind of, they're a little more. Should I say reckless about it, and then they have to go see their grandparents and parents, and that's what I worry about.
I try to remember when I was 17, 18, 19 years old, and you just want to go out and do things and meet people, and just what's the worst thing you could do to a teenager is say, okay, you're going to be confined for a year in your house. You can't socialize, you can't go to school. Maybe a topic because I have to leave now, but what do you think the cultural shift will be for young people 5-10 years from now? What do you What do you think? I know what we want to do. We want to go out and hug people again, go out to restaurants. We want to travel again. We want some semblance of normalcy again, don't we? But I always wonder about the kids, how this is going to affect the kids, the younger ones.
Just going to tread cautiously in some ways. And
do you remember when you were 17 and you discovered girls or 16 or 14 or whatever, but you wanted to, you were a teenager, you wanted to go out and do things with friends and things like that.
Yeah. I've definitely thought about that. I feel bad for people. It's even younger too. They're all just stuck home doing Zoom class. All their, even younger children. They just want to go see their friends and go play.
What's the worst thing you could do to a 17-year-old? You're going to be confined in your home for 1 year with your parents.
Tell them they can't go see their friends. I think that's the worst thing. You can't go see your friends.
Do you think these kids are going to love going back to school someday again?
Absolutely.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't wait for the, you're looking for the first day of school, you're excited, but by the middle of the year, you can't wait for the last day. But
you're counting down till June, right?
So I bet now they're just pretty jacked about just trying to get to be able to go back.
I think somewhere in the middle or early, hopefully, 2021, this country is just going to be one big party. I think everybody is going to want to travel, get in the RV, go camping, go out to restaurants. I want, the one thing that I shouldn't bring up this topic. Do you think the COVID has strained relationships with friends?
I think what's strange for me, what strained relationships with friends is the two sides, the maskers and the anti-maskers, are the people who are, totally, on the COVID narrative, and the people who are on the opposite of the COVID narrative, such as myself. Like my friend of 17 years, I think we were on the phone for 5 minutes. I said 2 things he didn't like. And he said, he hung up on me, and then he texted me later, and he said, I think we need to maintain zero contact until after a vaccine, and hopefully we can rebuild the friendship. This is like one of my best friends of 17 years. Like in 5 minutes, we just destroyed our friendship, really.
Because of, it's really, we have had friends who have contacted us. And gee, can we get together? We'll be socially distant. We'll have a driveway party. We'll do this or that. And Claude and I, this is our position. We want to be safe and healthy and get through this thing and look back on it. And we've been in positions where we said, gee, we don't want to get together with you because this is our feeling. And I really hope some friendships survive through this thing. I think I'm always wondering how offended are people going to be when you tell them, gee, I don't want to come to your home. I don't want to get in close contact with you.
It's definitely divided people in that way, for sure. I haven't seen my mom, and we talk on the phone all the time, but I just won't. I'm just waiting. So we spoke this morning, and but yeah, I just want to be able to freely go, and especially older population.
Absolutely. Listen, you guys are so hard to talk to. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your Thanksgiving with me and having a couple drinks with me. And you guys are great. Thank you so much. I got to go. Our Thanksgiving dinner is upstairs right now.
I'm jealous.
And you guys stay healthy, stay as lovely as you are. And thank you for joining us. And those folks who are listening right now, thank you for putting up with us and listening to us too. And things will get better. The glass is always, it's not half full, it's overflowing. Things will get better, ladies and gentlemen.
Cheers.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Claude. Bye, everybody.